well as both that have just really been swept across this widespread region.
Again, these are live pictures from Japanese television. This earthquake hit about an hour and 15, 20 minutes ago, something like that. And the full extent of the damage, we will not know for some time, but we know it is considerable. 8.8 magnitude earthquake is going to produce enormous damage, most likely. This was roughly 240 miles off the coast, 6 miles deep. Not too deep, but certainly great distance from mainland Japan, but at that magnitude, of course, enough to cause significant damage even 240 miles away.
Well, Harold Chapel-Hammond with the Menlo Park Fire Department is still on the line with us. He is a search and rescue effort. We've been talking a bit about where your services might come into play here, but again, it's a little early to gauge when that might be, I imagine.
Harold, are you still there, by the way?
Give us that's how to land in.
Need from emergency personnel. What are the first couple of things that must get accomplished? Whether it's communications, what are the first couple of key objectives?
Well, I'm watching actually your channel and the footage right now, and it's disturbing. There's no doubt. And the tsunami is just going to make this so much more difficult with the damage and movement. And I think they've already got air up. I mean, you're seeing it. They have a news helicopter up, and Japan's got a very sophisticated rescue system. They've got very sophisticated communications. I mean, it's a very modern infrastructure. That's going in their favor here. But Mother Nature's going to wipe out quite a few things, so that's working against them. Getting situational awareness is a huge deal. We saw it during Katrina, where there were assumptions that were made that were incorrect, where people didn't realize how big it was or how much it affected New Orleans. I mean, this is similar in that respect that we got added in the earthquake. So, their biggest problem right now is going to be as power is out, communications are interrupted, figuring out all the different areas that are impacted and then how big and how affected each one of those areas are in terms of the damage and, where they can take their resources because they've only got so many and where they can place those to do the most good for the most people. That's going to be a real tough thing here to figure out, as you can see.
Well, Harold, take a look at this. I mean, this is clearly an airport. I think we are and yes. And, I mean, we can just see the runways are just covered in water here, and here you're looking at the terminal and
jetways, swamps. So this airport is not going to reopen anytime soon, and I think the two airports in Tokyo are closed, at least briefly, probably to be checked. I don't know what the status is of those airports. Now, this only complicates matters. You can't get people in and out readily, can you?
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. One of the things that we learned, and I think, again, going back to the lessons from Katrina, I mean, air mobility was a big bonus for us in that event. It didn't happen right away, but, the mobile air power in terms of rotary wing, the helicopters that can get people around is going to be an important part of what they're going to need to put into play pretty quickly. The bigger problem for them is they'll eventually, initially they're going to need to move people in and out of the areas, both evacuees and rescuers, going in and evacuees coming out. But they're also going to need to move in supplies and equipment. So those airfields, from the aspect of them